What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back for a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is for season 15. I will have the episode in the description. Listen. I'm gonna say this, and before I get started, honey, this review gonna be all over the place. So just get ready for it, okay? There was a moment in here where, Drew, you just look so whack. You look out of place. Drew, girl, Miss Robinson used to fight for you. I used to be like, Drew ain't that bad. And Drew is this, and we can kind of work with Drew. She not a bad person. Okay, but Drew, like, when Marlo and Kandi was arguing and you kept trying to be in the middle of it, and it was because Marlo had called you over there, like, you look stupid. They didn't let you get a word in otherwise. Okay, you didn't get no words in. Marlo was just looking at you. Kandi was just looking at you. Okay, like you was some little fifth grader, honey, selling Girl Scout cookies. Like, Drew, girl, no ma'am. Like, when Marlo and Kandi were arguing, let them argue. Sheree said something that was on point on this episode. I'm going to try to attribute this to Sheree being an OG and understanding timing of the show. Sheree mentioned something about Mayetta and how, Mayetta needs to stop being up Kandi and Kenya's ass. I told y'all I agree with that. When Marlo and Kandi was arguing and we see Mayetta, well, I gotta go check on my friend. And then when you get over there, you still don't do nothing. Kandi is still yelling at the top of her damn lungs. Kandi has the type of personality where she feel like she's always right. That's where that crying comes in, because it's almost validation for that. I'm getting so upset right now, and it's because I feel like I'm right. Okay, like, just look at every situation this heifer is in. She's just always right. She feel like she right. She really do. Tanya felt a way that Marlo is getting a rap for being aggressive. She feel like Kandi is contributing to that and Kenya is contributing to that. They showed it all throughout the episode, you guys, how they kept bringing up Marlo's past and she slashed the lady's face and she did this. See, when you do that, y'all giving Marlo more ammunition to come at y'all hard. You can't keep throwing somebody's past all up in their face like that. You can't do it. And that's what's wrong with the fan base, because a lot of the fan base is divided. Those of you all that like Kenya, y'all feel like Kenya can just say and do whatever she want to do. She could go to bed early on the trip and just leave the ladies hanging. No, bitch, you need to come and participate in the scene. Okay, you ain't getting this big ass check for no reason. And shout out to Funky Daniva, because he mentioned it in his video, how Marlo feels like Kandi has been coasting by, but it ain't just Kandi. Kenya do the same shit. That's why she went to bed early on them girls. Instead of facing the fact she was embarrassed, okay, and then I will weaponize and use my daughter for an excuse for my bad behavior, for my rude behavior, okay? I told y'all once and I told y'all twice, okay? Whenever Kenya goes out of town, she really loves to treat these women like shit. It don't matter if she's cool with them or not cool with them, okay? while she's sitting up there in the last episode, yeah, just my core people can stay behind, but everybody else, they could leave. Girl, you've been treating everybody like shit, so it really don't matter. But Marlo is sick of, Kandi and Kenya just skating on by. So that's why she's coming for them. We don't like how she's doing it, some of us. But some of us are satisfied because we remember when Nene was on the show. Go back and watch season 12 and you will see you had Kenya trying to use Nene for a storyline. You had Kandi coming at Nene out the blue, talking shit about Nene. Who is these people? She ain't got no friends. And, just talking all this bullshiggity about Nene, all the while acting cool in her face. I told y'all, Kenya got mad at Portia for getting cool with Nene because Kenya was mad at Nene for a reason that didn't make any sense. And Nene addressed it on an interview. She said that Kenya was mad at her because she wouldn't fight to get her back on the show. Bitch, that ain't her fault that they fired you or didn't offer you the money you wanted for season 11. You went and got married to this man. Okay? You went and eloped. You didn't even invite your father. That's how you knew that marriage to Mark, that's how I knew it wasn't going to last. It was way too secretive because you were ashamed, because you was embarrassed, and you wanted to just come back and throw in these women's faces. Yeah, I's married now. I's married. You married Mark for superficial reasons. You just wanted to be able to say you got married. Okay? That's what you wanted to say to these women. Well, they had been doubting me and making fun of me. No, you gave them the ammunition, you idiot, to do that. With how you acted with Walter, by you flirting with Apollo, who was Phaedra's husband. How you made fun of Portia being controlled in her marriage to Cordell. You did all of that. You don't get to play the damn victim. Okay? And then she actually mentioned in this episode, while she was talking to her little light-skinned friend, honey, about her whole hair spa, and it's going to be like this and that, and yeah. I had a long-distance relationship with Mark. See, people like that participate in these long-distance relationships and marriages, they have an avoidant personality. That's like a personality disorder. Okay? You cannot be married to anybody and y'all in this long distance marriage. And, now maybe if y'all done spent some years together and then maybe his job takes him out of town for a while, or your job, okay, maybe you can work after you have built a healthy foundation, right? But no, you can't do that, with somebody like Mark Kenya. But Kenya was attracted to that type of marriage. It was it allowed her to hide a lot of her marriage from the cameras. So when we see Marlo calling these heifers out, she see the shit that they doing. A lot of y'all not on the damn show. So you're not gonna call them out. But they have been coasting. Kenya and Drew's alliance is fake. Okay, how the hell Kenya go from not liking Drew to liking Drew all of a sudden? Why? Because what? Suddenly Drew and Marlo is at odds. So an enemy of your enemy is an enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine. That's what they operating off of. Because I was looking at them slapping hands. I was like, just fake. Kenya know damn well she would never have nothing to do with Drew outside of this show. Now, Drew and Portia, did they fit? Yeah, I seen more of a, I don't know, they seem like they fit more, like they would have fun together. But Drew and Kenya, no. And that's what I'm saying with Kenya. That's why she need to go, because she's she's going to be performing for the cameras. It's going to be that straight to DVD bullshiggity, and we don't need that. Her and Kandi need to go. Sheree can go. They're not bringing anything to the show. And Marlo has a point. You can't sit up here, and this is what people do on this show. They love exploiting other people's lives. Okay? They love sitting back, and that's all Kenya has did throughout the years. Made fun of Portia's marriage. Made fun of Phaedra's marriage. Somebody's husband strays. Okay? They sitting back and coasting. Guess what happened when they tried to get married? They didn't want nobody to see it. Or they only want this nigga on here for a limited amount of time. You can't do that. And Kandi kind of does that in her own way. But I feel like Kandi has shared more than Kenya. It's just we're sick of Kandi's storyline of just, I'm advertising my businesses. Okay, that's fine. We expect you to do that. I disagree with Funky Dineva because he's saying, well, Marlo has an issue with Kandi advertising her businesses. No, she don't. She ain't that petty. She respects it, but she like, bitch, keep it all the way live. Tell what's happening at the damn restaurants. Well, it's an investigation. I'm not believing that's the only reason why Kandi didn't want to talk about that shooting. And no, it don't sound like it's good for business. Okay, but you can't sit up here and be all up in other people's storylines. The whole Sheree and Martell situation, you all up and through there. And then when we get to your shit, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to discuss it. So they played this whole montage from, I don't know, it looked like it went from a long time ago when Marlo and Kandi first met each other. They followed up throughout the years on their relationship. We see on camera that Marlo went to visit Kandi and, you know, she had just lost her nephew. Riley was on her way to college. This is never seen footage. So, you know, it never made the show. And I'm guessing it didn't make the show because I guess Marlo wasn't a housewife at the time. But we're kind of seeing that they, you know, was cool around that time. And Marlo ended up losing her nephew. And Marlo kept trying to paint this picture of, well, Kandi just didn't care. And, you know, it is weird that Kandi never, like, sent flowers to the family. That is kind of weird because he did used to work for you. Did he work for her I don't think he worked for her during that time of like his passing. So that's probably why, you know, she didn't really reach out and do too much of nothing. But Marlo, you know, she still is feeling a way about that. We see her talking to her business partners about that. She said she didn't know that, you know, that still bothered her. You know, that Kandi never reached out to the family. Now, there are people saying that Kandi won't talk about the shooting that happened at, did it happen at OLG or Blaze? I forgot where exactly it happened, but a lot of people feel like, oh, well, you know, they didn't bring back Old Lady Gang, the TV show, so why should she talk about it? And see, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You need to be sharing your real life, period. And some people will say Kandi is showing her real life, but if I always know what you give, then you're not giving much. And I always know what Kandi is going to give. Her same storyline that I told y'all that she don't care about is Mama Joy's putting down Todd. She don't care about that. That's why she don't mind that being a storyline. That's why she is willing to go to counseling with a bitch that keeps disrespecting her husband. You don't need to go to counseling with her. Why do you keep giving this bitch your time, Kandi? But I told y'all, Kandi comes from the school of, that's my mama, and I ain't gonna put her in check. I'm not gonna have any boundaries. Okay, like she come from that, and y'all, some of y'all will go up for that and saying, well, she's real sweet and nice. She's not mean and evil like you and other people that just throw their parents away. Yeah, we got people that really think like that. And those that think like that, they put up with a lot of toxicity. Okay, and we all know Kandi have a lot of people around her, and people that are like Kandi, they'll put up with anything. They will. They get to talking about Courtney's escape room. Courtney don't even like Kandi, but I guess she invited her. Kandi mentioned she's gonna go because Mayetta, I guess, had reached out to her and said she was going. So yeah, and it's supposed to help the girls with their team building. Marlo ended up talking to her business partners about dating. She's afraid to date because her nephews are used to getting all of her time. And Marlo was like, what if the guy, he touches my booty? And her business partner was like, girl, that could be good. I was like, I know that's right. Come on. Marlo, honey, you need some D, honey. Okay? You can use some D, sis. It's okay. We have a scene with Sheree and Cairo and his baby mama and his new baby. And, you know, Sheree was tearing up in her confessional saying that Cairo is such a responsible dad because she was a little bit worried about him. Like, would he be as attentive, you know, with the baby, making bottles, changing diapers? And, you know, she said she's so proud of her son and she was crying. But it's weird with Sheree because Sheree is fake too. Like, she don't really, it's like, are you really crying, Sheree? Like, I want to believe you. But it was a cute moment though. The baby is so beautiful. Shout out to Cairo. He turned out to be a handsome gentleman, honey. His baby mama was saying her friends, you know, they don't have help with their kids. And, you know, she's so lucky to have Cairo. Sheree says she raised all three of her kids, you know, by herself. She didn't have help either. Sheree, it looked like you didn't get no help in the nigga department with your kids because of you have low expectations. So it's just like you're one of them women where you dating Martell Holt. We see how he done cheated his ex-wife. You know, you just seem, I don't know, like, yeah, you are fit and stuff, Sheree. You look good on the outside, but I don't know. I see low self-esteem with Sheree. I do. Like, I remember, I think she was on Iyanla talking about Bob spent the night away. What, on y'all wedding night? And you still slept with that nigga afterwards? You didn't leave that nigga, punish him, make him suffer? You didn't do any of that? And I told y'all, Sheree is a glutton for punishment, honey. Big Bob had choked her. And you invite him on a cash trip, season 8, after what? It was season 3? No, or 4. I think you was trying to get the child support. That was your last season on here before Portia and Kenya came in. Like, Sheree, you got low expectations, sis. So that's probably why you didn't end up with help. And you was still on here complaining about child support. But meanwhile, oh, I don't want to send my kid's father to jail. What is that going to do? It's going to teach his ass to be accountable and responsible for his actions. Okay? Like, stop trying to baby these black men. They need to go to jail, get humble, get their damn mind right, and do right by the children they created, period. Okay? It is what it is. And I told y'all, we got so many raggedy ass black men out here because we got these stupid bitches out here from the first floor that's not holding these niggas accountable and responsible for their actions. Okay, they're not keeping them honest. They're not like making them step up financially. Okay? And I'm like, when the hell we gonna start seeing the problems and all the cracks in Drew and Ralph's marriage? When the hell we gonna see that? We need to see that. We need that. Okay, did they even show us that? Did they even show us, The problems they gonna start having, because I'm like, we need to see that. All I'm seeing on my screen is Ralph and Drew look happy. Shit. Okay, he's cooperating with her. Okay, the mask hasn't fully slipped yet. Well, the mask did slip when he slipped off the Tampa, honey. Okay. But yeah, Ralph is a narcissist. Girl, these TV shows, they got all these narcissists on here. Martell Holt, narcissist, Marcel Scott. Like, I can go on and on about the narcissists, honey, they allow on our screens. I'm sick of Sonya and her family. Like, move these people up out your house. I'm sick of your sister. Her sister seems like ungrateful. Sonya is paying y'all ass. I didn't even understand the scene fully, so I will do the best that I can, but I guess, Ross still wants Sonya's family out the house, but Sonya feels like, no, I need my sister because I'll have a full-time nanny. And I guess her husband, the sister's husband quit working for Sonya, so maybe he not helping her run her business. But Sonya, you need to stop being codependent on these people and you need to let them go. You have the means, hire a nanny that's not family, that's not going to be getting snappy with you like your ungrateful ass sister. I would do that first off. She was mentioning to her sister and her mother that, Ross wants this second child, but they didn't already miss 4 cycles, of chances that, she could have got pregnant, but he's always out of town running that damn business. So it's like, girl, he ain't trying to get you pregnant right now. That's what that is. He don't want no baby like that. So, girl, sis, what you gonna do? Because if he wanted your ass knocked up, he would do it. Okay? It would be nothing to it but to do it. So, I guess we need to hear more from Ross, but Ross may just be waiting to get her damn family up out the house. And they need to go. They just need their own life. It looked like your sister and her husband, they sick of being a part of your life and you the star of your life, and they just in the background. And, don't assume just because you work with family that motherfuckers is just going to play their position. Okay, with a smile on their face. No, they have their own wants, needs, and desires. So, Sonya, girl, let that go. Send your mama and daddy home, too. I couldn't live with all them people. I'm like a loner. I can't be like with all these people, all these personalities, and people be needy and be wanting certain stuff from you, and child, couldn't be me. We see Kenya telling her friend how Marlo was acting on the Alabama trip. Are you going to say the part that you played in that trip? Okay? You're not going to say that. You're always the perpetual victim. You're not going to tell your friend how you went to bed early. Well, she had to go to bed early because she had to get up. And no, she was embarrassed that y'all got kicked out of that damn charity event. She was embarrassed that just a lot of her plans fell through. And whoever she was in business with made her ass look stupid. She was embarrassed by that. But because she's not a real bitch, she's not going to say that. Okay, Kenya gets by telling half-truths. Okay, I told y'all how she manipulated the conversation between Marlo and Drew. Yes, I admitted that Marlo was wrong, but it didn't happen the way that Kenya was telling the story. Okay? So yeah, Kenya is a manipulator. Now she's running down Marlo's history to this lady. Yeah, she went to jail for 6 months for slashing this woman's face. You could see her friend's face is just changing. Like, I couldn't be around that crazy bitch. But girl, you got a crazy bitch in front of you. Okay? You ain't got to just go to jail to be a crazy, delusional bitch. You got one in front of you. Whole damn Lifetime movie character in front of you. Okay? And then Kenya, I told y'all, she be love bombing us when it come to her life. What did she say about this new guy she's seeing? Oh, he's great in bed. Oh, he's this. He's so great. Now all of a sudden what we're hearing, oh, it's crickets. Oh, he's always out of town. If he wanted to be with you, why wouldn't he just be with you? Men are simple. He wouldn't always be out of town, Kenya. So which is it? Like, girl, keep up with your lies, okay? Keep up with your lies. But I think that Kenya has some type of avoidant personality disorder. I'm not even a doctor, but I've diagnosed her, because anytime you get into like another long distance relationship or situation, like, that's a pattern of yours. And a lot of women, they have that problem. But what a lot of women like to do is they want to just blame the man. No, you keep accepting those type of relationships. Okay? And y'all sitting up here, y'all Kenya fans, y'all sitting up here talking about Portia is a pick-me. Kenya a pick-me too. Why the hell she didn't get no damn prenuptial agreement with Mark? Okay, did y'all forget about that? That's why his ass is over there trying to get half a more manor. Because your ass didn't get your paperwork done because you was desperate to be married on this here show. I know some of y'all rolling your eyes and you sucking your teeth, but the truth is the truth, and the truth needs no proof. How you doing? Okay? Talking about she's so smart, she's so this. Smart bitch would have had a prenuptial agreement. Look at what Kandi got. She got a prenuptial agreement with Todd. Okay? So we see Kandi and Kenya talking, and Kenya lets Kandi know about what Marlo has been saying about her, about her nephew, getting killed. And, there was already a shooting at one of Kandi's restaurants, and, how Marlo was tying all this together, and the guy that killed her nephew allegedly worked for Kandi at OLG. So Kandi is hearing this and she's like, Marlo is a lying ass bitch. She's just trying to tear down my businesses. We see Todd sitting there, talking about Marlo, and she's just a hating ass bitch and she looking for attention. Kenya tells Kandi that Marlo is trying to get all the girls to turn against her. Girl, they either want to do it or they're not. I mean, it's really that simple. And I'm here to tell y'all this. Sonya don't like Kandi and Kenya like that. I don't think she is buying what they are selling. And I think a lot of you all, because y'all are Kandi and Kenya fans, y'all don't like that. So it's just like, if Sonya was on Kandi and Kenya's side, you would like her a little bit more and accept her. But yeah, y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like that Sonya likes Marlo. Period. That's kind of how this show is getting. It's like, if you are Team Kenya and Kandi, then, people can get with that. That's the winning team. That's popular. So yeah, no, I'm not on a team. Okay, I am not on a team. This show needs a shakeup, and this is why Marlo is doing all of this. Because even though Marlo is a street gutter wench, even though she's smart and she's keeping these heifers on their toes, and they don't like it. They don't like it, but she's trying to keep them honest. Okay? Because some of what Marlo said is true. Kandi is trying to just promote businesses. Kandi also lied to y'all when SWV and Escape was on that show. She lied to y'all talking about all these followers she got. Why the fuck your following ain't watching Real Housewives of Atlanta? I will wait, since you got such a following. See, she's manipulative. Okay, and see, SWV, they wasn't here for that bullshiggity. So she'll either cry, she will use her social media following. She's very competitive. Y'all don't never call Kandi out for who and what she is. And since Marlo is doing it, people really have a problem. And it ain't even about the way in which Marlo is going about it. I just feel like people feel like Kandi is beyond reproach. You can't address nothing with Kandi. Kandi is so perfect. She's so nice. You'll hear some people say she's so liked and she plays the game and she's this and she's everything Nene isn't. They didn't fuck with Kandi the way that they fuck with Nene. That's why Nene went to court on their ass, because she wanted to expose Bravo, because some of the shit she was saying is right. They do treat the white women on Bravo better than the black women. They do allow them women to stay on those shows for 10 plus years without their money going down, which is ding, 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 ding. Okay, there is some type of racism that has to play into that. Okay? Teresa then threw was it a table? She flipped the damn table. But yet Andy Cohen is at the season 11 reunion telling Nene how wrong she is. And that's why I was pissed off with Portia, because I felt like Portia jumped on that bandwagon to get out of all that fighting that she do. Because y'all remember Nene said to her, bitch, I was out here supporting you when you was acting a fool. Okay? But yeah, Nene told them people don't go in her closet. That's the only time she became, violent? By trying to block these cameramen for going in her closet? There is racism on these damn shows. And for y'all to sit up here because you don't like who the damn messenger is that's calling out the bullshiggity, that gets on my nerves. There is favoritism on Bravo. There is. Andy didn't allow people to come at Kandi in a way that he allowed them to come for Nene. Every woman that's been on this show has came for Nene. Claudia, when she came for Nene. Okay? Kenya, she wanted to stay on the outs with Nene so she could go up against her. Okay, because she she don't really have much to talk about, right? No. She just don't trust Nene, and Nene threw in her face that her man didn't want her. Did she tell any lies? Okay. How many times did Kenya laugh in these women's faces? And just that season, she brought the cookie lady around Tanya. Yes, I'm going back down memory lane, and I know y'all don't want to hear it. She brought another woman whose man, Tanya's ex, Paul, he tried to talk to the cookie lady. You don't do malicious stuff like that. You interrupt Marlo's business venture. She was selling wigs at the time. She had her own wig line. You interrupt that with a marching band. That's okay though. That's normal. That's cool. Yeah, but it was funny. Y'all are operating from Kenya can do no wrong. And there's no consequence for Kenya's bad behavior on this show or Kandi's. They could do no wrong. Remember what Phaedra said. Kandi is beyond reproach. She could talk about everybody else though. No. You can't do that. Can't sit on the sidelines talking to people any kind of way. That's why she had to let that beef go with Portia, because the fans was getting sick of her holding grudges. That's another way she's manipulative. So she holds grudges, she cries. She has the same damn storyline season after season, which is Mama Joyce don't feel like Todd is good enough for her. That storyline caters to her ego. Okay, she wants a EGOT. What is an EGOT? Ego. Okay, with SWV and Escape, I'm the one with the most followers. I'm this, I'm that, so I'm right. And we should have the last song, even though we didn't outsell this group we're trying to compete against. She's delusional too. So yeah, Kandi is a smart businesswoman, and she got a lot of stuff going for her. But She's not perfect, because I see her. And one of y'all got in my comments talking about Kenya's birthday reading. Well, you should talk about how people are jealous of Kenya. Ain't nobody jealous of nobody in their 50s starting over with a new baby. Yes, Brooklyn is cute, but nobody's jealous of Kenya, of her being married to a man that's trying to get half her house because her stupid ass didn't want to get a prenuptial agreement. Ain't nobody jealous of that. Okay? Stop it. I'm not going to point out something that is not true. That's not true. Marlo is not jealous of Kenya. Okay? She is here to rock the boat and keep these heifers on their toes. We got Sheree. She's telling the girls about her new grandbaby. Call me Grandma. And like... Sheree, stop copying off of Nene. Like, bitch, you're getting older. You're somebody's grandma. Like, it is what it is. More delusional behavior, honey. Mayetta actually spoke to Marlo when they was, at the escape room? Yeah, and Kandi and Kenya wasn't around, and she was all friendly and bubbly. See, if they wouldn't have been there, I think the scene would have been better. But yeah, they ended up leaving after, Kandi and Marlo got into it. Yeah, and that's going to play out in next week's episode. But yeah, I feel like Kenya and Kandi, they bring a lot of division to the group just by showing up to events. It's just like, are you going to be on our side? I didn't like Kandi's energy towards Sonya. That's why Sonya don't like you. That's another manipulation tactic. I'm mad at you because you're not on my side. You're supposed to like me more than you like Marlo and Sheree. I'm the realest bitch on this show. Another manipulation tactic. And I hope they call her ass out at the reunion, but they probably won't. Bravo ain't gonna never hold her accountable. See, that's why Nene spoke out about all of this, because she felt like they kept unfairly attacking her. And they let other people skate by, which is what they do. Because why season 12, Andy didn't ask Kenya about the cookie lady. Why they ain't bring her out? Why they bringing up Giovanna for Nene? And see, they picked and choose. They wanted Nene because since she the strong black woman, she's supposed to be able to take the hits and the punches. Okay? So that's why I'm not mad at Nene's lawsuit. I'm not mad because she was being truthful. And real quick, back to Doniva's video, he mentioned season 5 when they was at that table and the girls was calling out Kim about not showing up to filming. See, that's another thing. What if Nene would have acted like Kim? She wouldn't have had no job all them years. But yet they allowed Kim, a white woman, to go around not showing up for filming. Oh, she's pregnant. Oh, she can't do this. She can't do that. She can't pay her taxes either. Okay. And guess what? She probably gonna be back next season. But Kim actually has a storyline though. This divorce with her and Croy is messy, but it would make for good TV. It would. It would be a real storyline from all these heifers. So that's the only thing I'm like, because I kind of do want to hear more about this divorce with her and Croy. This shit is interesting. It's more interesting than what these women got going on. I can't believe I'm saying that, but for real. And I'm not no Kim fan. Y'all know I don't like Kim. I feel like Kim also was held accountable and responsible by Kandi, Kenya, and Nene at the season 10 reunion. But then Andy got to defending Kim at a later date. And, oh, yeah, it was too rough on her. And do you see the racism? Like, you are constantly coddling this white woman, but you want the black woman to take the hits. But y'all will say, oh, well, it's Nene's personality that got her off the show. And no, they kept gunning for her. The target is always the threat. The threat is always the target. NeNe was the threat. She was the most talented and accomplished. She did more with the platform than any OG. They can bring Sheree back 10 times. She'll never be on NeNe's level. Okay? And really quickly, before I get up off of this Kim Zolciak situation, Kim got her own show after all that bad behavior, season 5 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. All that not filming with the girls, not showing up, having people change their schedules to accommodate her. She still was rewarded for her bad behavior and got her own show for several years. Racism. What black woman on this damn network have they helped like that? They gave NeNe a little spinoff for her wedding, but they ain't give her her own show. They ain't even let Kandi's Old Lady Gang come back, and that was actually a decent show. It's a lot of racism, guys. Y'all don't want to see it. Kandi, before they got started on the escape room, couldn't keep her poker face up. She can't hide her emotions. She can't control herself. Okay? Because she needs to manipulate the situation and start crying and have everybody on her side. Marlo, you messed up involving Drew in the situation. And Drew, you being manipulative because you don't like how Marlo treated you. Now you trying to, I'm up Kenya and Kandi's ass because of what Marlo did with me. No. See, you behaving like a schoolgirl, Drew. Okay? And Drew needs to go. She just do. Drew, Kandi, Kenya, they all can go. Sheree can go. Child, I caught it when Mayetta went over there when Kandi and Marlo was getting into it. And y'all hear Kandi? Could you back up, please? I'm like, well, damn, she over there to support you. Okay, but Mayetta, you need to stay out of stuff. You need to understand placement. Let the girls go at it. Okay? But yeah, Drew was over there. Oh, I'm up Kandi and Kenya's butt because of what Marlo did to me. Marlo kept saying to Kandi, could you let me talk? I'm trying to work on my active listening. Kandi feel like Marlo is trying to blame this whole thing with her nephew on her. Kandi said he didn't even work with us at the time of his death. Marlo feels like Kandi sweeps stuff under the rug and don't want to deal with it. Yeah, some of that is true. But it's just this whole situation, Marlo, it don't have nothing to do with Kandi. But I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. We see Kandi yelling at Kenya, if Marlo pop off, don't grab me. Don't grab me. Screaming and cursing. Like, Kandi, stop allowing this lady to get you like this upset. For real. Like, come on. You know what she's doing. You know what Marlo is doing. So the fact that you allow her to take you there, I was looking at you like, girl, you losing it, Kandi. You got Drew steady yelling out Marlo is aggressive. Drew, I would stop before Marlo whoop your butt. And you up there talking to Ralph. Well, I'm from Chicago. And girl, you are from Chicago. You are not Chicago, though. Marlo is gutter. She hood. You're not messing with her, Drew. And you know that. So you need to quit. You just looking for attention. But you didn't even fit the scene. I was like, Drew, go and sit down. When Marlo kept telling her to sit down, I was like, Drew, go sit down. But yeah, it was crazy. We see Kandi on camera, 2 years ago, talking about how sweet and nice Marlo is. Now she keep telling everybody, but let's talk about how you slash that woman's face. Don't do that, Kandi. Like, it wasn't a good look when they played those clips back. Because now it look like you contradicting yourself. You allowing Marlo to get you out of character over something that you and we all know that you had nothing to do with. I think Marlo also just wants you to address what really goes down at your restaurants. Okay, some people was dragging how nasty OLG is and how they got to really see that when you had your own little spinoff. It really did need to be remodeled, you guys. It did. I wouldn't have my restaurant on here, honey, where y'all could see, honey. That restaurant looked like it was on the first floor. Okay. But yeah, child, the ladies are divided. I love Marlo's outfit she had on. We see Kandi and Drew and Kenya, they outside, they all together. The rest of the ladies stay behind. Marlo is basically letting the ladies know she didn't know that her nephew's death is still bothering her till this day. And the fact that, Kandi just sweeps it under the rug, ain't never sent no flowers to the family, that still bothers her. So that's kind of where we at, honey, with this episode. So, honey, the ladies inside, Marlo and Sonya and Sheree and Courtney, they all have their shots. They needed a drink after all of that. But y'all get down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this here episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.